Sunday. So today we're gonna do a little bit of some algorithms, and then we're gonna work with debugging React DevTools. So okay, I have this one picked out right now. So how many stairs will Suzuki climb in 20 years? So Suzuki is a monk who climbs a large staircase to the monastery as part of a ritual. Some days he climbs more stairs than the others, depending on the number of students he must train in the morning, so he's curious how many stairs might be climbed over the next 20 years and has spent a year marking down his daily progress. So 20-year estimate equal 1 year totals times 20. So you will receive the following data structures representing you will have data for all of the entire year. So regardless of how it is logged, the problem should be simple to solve. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So make your solution take into account all of the nesting within the stairs array each day. So yeah, we're doing this in Python. Okay, so let's go ahead and train on this one. Okay, so all right. Sunday, Monday, so stairs. Oops. So stairs, so we're gonna import this. We're gonna do stairs in 20. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're gonna go ahead and take, okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and receive is an array for each day in the week. Each day in the week. And then we are gonna return the total sum amount of stairs climbed in 20. So we're going to receive an array for each day in an array. So right now we get 2D array. So in my head I'm thinking that, so total stairs, this is total stairs, but Sunday it'll be like 12 and 35, 35. Monday we'll have 35, 42. Wednesday, 1, 2, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Can't forget Sunday. So on Sunday, okay. So this is what's going to happen. So make sure your solution takes into account all of the nesting within the stairs array. So edge cases to think about. Will there be any days where the array are empty? If so, we can automatically assume 0 for it. Another edge case to think about is, can they possibly take negative steps? In negative steps, in my head, I'm thinking, I guess that's not an impossibility to take negative steps, but something to consider just in case there are in this reality world, if they would. Okay, so what I am going to do, because the way I envisioned it, it's going to be an array of arrays. Okay, so my head, I'm thinking here is that initialize a sum, that we have to iterate through the stairs, take the sum of each inner arrays, then we'll add the total to the top sum. Then we'll return sum. So sum will equal to 0. So we're going to initialize this sum to equal 0. And then we're going to say, hey, for for weekday in stairs, for each weekday in stairs, we're gonna say that total weekday equals sum of weekday. I just want to print to make sure everything is going well, because this should give me out in object is not callable. Because in my head, I'm thinking that all of these should be an array of arrays. Is that not the case? Let me print what my data structure, print stairs, what my data structure is. See, it should be an array of arrays. Let me make sure. Hi! Thank you for stopping by. Okay, let me know how it goes, because I've been contemplating about watching it, Elder. So let me know how Captain America goes. Hopefully good. So I have high hopes. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Likewise, I hope you're having a great Valentine's with your pops as well. We'll definitely talk soon. Yes, we'll talk soon. Thank you for stopping by, Elder. I appreciate you. Okay. I saw it. It was an array inside of arrays. Okay, yep. So it's 2D's array. So it should be a 2D array. So for weekday in stairs, we're gonna print a weekday. Weekday. Okay, so we're gonna print weekday. Okay, so yes. Weekday should definitely be arrays. So yes, this is especially what I anticipated. So weekdays should be arrays. And if weekdays are arrays, you should be able to pass the sum around the weekday. Print weekday. Oops, make sure I am indented properly. So for weekday in stairs, we're going to do total weekday equals the sum of that weekday. Print the int object is not callable. So the data structure here is not working well. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Because this should be an array of arrays, and if I do an array, because the sum should be able to take in an iterable item. So okay, so what we're gonna do is, okay, so the reason why this won't work is because the variable name total weekday here, I am trying to, because you can do plus equal. Oh, okay, so I can't use sum equals 0 because that is using a function. Okay, so let's call it total. Total equals 0 for weekdays in stairs. We're gonna say total weekday plus equals. Okay, total weekday doesn't exist. We're gonna do total, and we're gonna print total. Oh yes. This is perfect because we're getting total, so we're able to get the sum of each individual array, and we got the total. So then now another hint that we got here is that your function returned the 20-year estimate. And in order to get the 20-year estimate, we have to take total. We wouldn't want to do it inside the loop. What we need to do is do it outside of the loop, because if we do it inside the loop, then after every calculation, it will keep time. It will times 20, but we want the final output times 20. So this will be return total times 20 for the 20-year of estimate. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and temp that. Cool. Git add, git commit, and algo. Let's see what the other people say. I love reading other people's codes, because I love knowing the other possibilities, situations. Oops. Okay, sorry. Oh, you could do that. Return sum for days and stairs. Oh, I see. Okay, so based off what they stated there, let's go ahead and rewrite it. I love being able to go ahead. Okay, so now that I've seen this, I've learned this new trick. Can I go ahead and implement it? Like a little active recall moment there. And the way they did it, they said we're going to do a return of a sum function within another sum function of the day in for the, so we're going to take the sum of that inner array, sum of the day for day in stairs. So that should be the case. That's right, I forgot to multiply it by 20 as well. So you're gonna take it, that's right, okay. A lot more Pythonic and a lot more readable this way. I definitely agree with that. So yeah, just to make sure my mind is able to go ahead and remember and recall it, I'll do return a sum function for the sum, and we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna iterate through each inner array for day in stairs, and then we have to multiply by 20 because we want 20 years of estimate. So perfect. Okay, cool. All right. So today I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about debugging in the web console. So I've been trying to, I created this quick Next.js React project right here with some quick users right here as well. So yes. So the thing with this, I wrote down some points that I really want to go ahead and touch base on is the React DevTools. Developer tools, the React developer tools where we can inspect the component, state, and props. We'll do some console debugging, and we'll also look at some breakpoints in network tab just to understand how our API calls are doing. So yeah, as I've been playing more and learning more about React, I definitely want to make sure that I know how to use the dev tools to help me debug my code and situation as I go along. So this is going to be just like a quick of what I learned, so feel free to add more if you know any more as well. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and make sure I open up my notes here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and inspect the React DevTools here in the developer tabs. And what we're going to look for here is we're going to make sure that our component exists. Let's see. So I have this, okay, sorry, not this algo one. Okay, yes, this one right here. So I have a component called user list that I render into the page.tsx file. And within this file, let's go ahead and make sure that, so we have it up and running for this React page right here, as you can see, but we want to make sure that our component is rendering and working. So our component is called users list. And let's go ahead and take a look. So as you can see right here, although we see that it does exist right here in this page, but is the component actually rendering? So as we scroll down and keep looking, voila, down the component tree area here, we'll see that it does exist. And you'll see that there are 10 cards, which is exactly 2 and then 5, 2 times 5, 10, perfect. So this is exactly what we're looking for. And okay, so within it, we're gonna go ahead and click on it. And then within it, if you click into the component, you can be able to figure out the state. What is this? What are our states showing us? Let me go ahead and see if I can move this over so we can see a little bit better. So here's what our states are telling us right now. There's a total of 0 through 9. And within the state array, we have 10 items, and here is what each state is holding as well. So yeah, that's one thing I've come to learn, is that you can definitely open up and look at the components to see if the state exists and what does the state show. And then, oops, also, we'll get more into this event. We'll get more into this as well. So this is what it currently is showing right now. All right. So as of right now, we see state, but there are no props right now. Here we have props here, which is a user address. The user has an address, a company, and an email. As you can see, there's an address and a company and an email as well that's aligned with the user. Let's see here. Afterwards, not only can we check the components, let's go ahead and check our console log. So we're gonna do some console debugging, and as you can see right here, there are specific, let me go ahead and show you. Within right here, there are specific console.log that are used in this try catch. So we're gonna go ahead and should see that if we try to go and fetch for users, it will say, hey, we're gonna try fetching for users right now, so just hold on a second, and then we're gonna go out to this specific API, and then we'll go ahead and wait for that response to come back. And then I think let's go ahead and comment that out, because with the try catch, it's already doing that, saying that, hey, if the data is not good, then it should fall into the catch area. This is TypeScript, JavaScript, but so it's not full with Python yet. I know that with Python it's a try except. So just want to note that and point that out. Alright. So with this, then after the data is fetched from the JSON, we're gonna say that we're gonna go ahead and display what our users fetched. As you can see, okay, it is, okay, so right here, as you can see, it follows. Let me see if I can add it here so we can show a little bit of everything. Okay, so as you can see here, that when we add it here, we have a little bit of, I wonder if I can make this a little bit prettier. I think this is okay. Hopefully, let me know if you can't see it. Oh, you are not able to see my VS Code. Display capture. Okay, a little bit better now. Okay, there you go. You can see the code. Okay, so as I was mentioning before, we have this try catch. We're going to try to get the information from the API, and then we're going to go ahead and return that data if we actually get any information back from the API call. If not, we'll go ahead and catch the error, and then we should see a console.error. And before we do the fetching, we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna try and do this first. And then if we get data, we should be able to show what the data was fetched from. Alright, so as you can see, it starts out with fetching users. So we know that our try fetch right here is going to go ahead and start working right away. So our try is going with the fetching users, and then afterwards, yes. So we're gonna go ahead and get all of these other situation. I definitely have to take a look into it as to why the errors popped up there. So cannot read properties of null reading children. Something must have occurred during this project. So I'll take a look into it though. We will take a look into it shortly here. But yeah, so after fetching the users, we're gonna go out to the API, we're gonna call it and say, hey, give me this data. So we're gonna wait for it, and it's gonna come back in a JSON file. And we're gonna go ahead and return the data and say console.log the fetch users. And as you can see, we do have our information from the JSON file as indicated here. So this console for the Chrome DevTools is really nifty to go ahead and show you that information there. So I've been loving this a lot. Alright, so this is part 2 of what we're gonna learn about for the Chrome DevTools for this. So yeah, this will happen. If our data didn't go well for some reason, say for instance, I wanted to get a let's see. I think if I do it like that, it should be able to go ahead and tell me that, okay, so I still got users, that's okay too. We'll see if there's a user called Jack, which there isn't, and then fetch users, there's nothing, and then fetch users, okay, so cannot read properties of null, that's okay though. Users.map is not a function. Users.map is not a function because it didn't have anything for it to go ahead and iterate through. Let's see. What if we go ahead and do that? Error fetching syntax expected. We don't want to break it. JSON a placeholder.com/ let's see. Invalid, fast refreshing, fetching users. This should be to.com/users. So error fetching users, type error. Okay, so the console.error, error fetching users. And this is going to tell us the type that occurred. So this is the console.error. Hello, C-Films, long time no talk. I am working on getting more familiarity and walking through how to debug using the Chrome DevTools with React projects. So yeah, how about you? What have you been up to? Okay, so that we know for sure that the console error is going to go ahead and show that. So it's going to tell us the console error fetching users, and it's going to tell us the type of error that's going to occur. Just smart when you all of the above. C-Films, yeah, it's great to go ahead and use JavaScript. I've been in the Python world for a little bit here now, so it's nice to come back. Yeah, let me go and refresh as well. So as I stated earlier, that was the console debugging. So So this is the console.logs debugging. So you'll either see your console.logs on your console here on the DevTools, or you'll go ahead and see that console.error that was displayed earlier. So now I definitely want to get into I want to get into using breakpoints. So we'll go into sources. Let me open this up a little bit. Okay, so we'll go into sources. And I know sources, when I first saw it, it looked a little intimidating. But essentially what it is it's essentially showcasing your code. If you ever work with Microsoft Excel, this is similar to how you would use it in VBA. You can go ahead and list breakpoints and see how, and walk and step through the code step by step just to see where it stopped or what's happening to the code. Was it before this line, or did the situation occur before this line, or did the problem occur after this code of line? So I've been loving to use this for that reason. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So say for instance here, you'll see that we find our file. So make sure to go ahead and find the file that you're looking at and want to work with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check the line number of fetching users is located. So let's go ahead and click on it. You should definitely click on it, indicating, hey, this is a breaking point. Let's just stop here and we'll see what's happening. So, okay, what we're going to do now is refresh. So this is what's going to happen. As you can see, it's pause in debugger mode right here. And it's saying, hey, we're paused right now. We're going to see what the web page is telling us and what it's stating and where we are currently and what's going on. As you can see, it's still in the console.log. Oh, I see. I don't think I've ever... Yeah, I'll have to stop by and see films. And I'm excited for you to be working on your website. What tech stack? Oh, sorry, grabbing my charger here. But what tech stack are you currently using right now? Okay. And let's see. And then for my computer, I have a Mac. And you can go and actually step. Oops. Okay, that's F10. With this, let's go ahead and stop right here. So let's go ahead and keep going. As you can see, so we have 2 breaking points right now. We're gonna go ahead and see, what does our user look like? Okay, so that one doesn't expand. Sorry, I thought that one expanded a little bit. So you can see the function right there. And then, oh, I see. That is pretty cool. How do you like PHP, by the way? I've been thinking about it. I've heard so many great things, like, from a lot of other people who use PHP. So, yeah. So, I've been always, like, very nervous about working with the Chrome DevTools, but then I find it that it's easy to use it step by step. Breaking it down step by step, and also seeing if I have similar technology experience with this. I've used Excel VBA for this, so it looks familiar in a way, going step by step. Just you have to keep going like that. That's so funny. I want to be a pretty happy person too. I'll have to take a look. I've heard great things about it, so yeah. I'll have to take a look. Hi, hello. Welcome in. Long time no see. Hey. Munglo. Long time no see. Sorry, I'm not from Sweden. I believe that's where we left off talking about. So, long time no see. It must be like early in the AM for you, I wonder. So, yeah, and another great. Okay, so after looking at the sources tab here, what another item that I love using in Chrome DevTools that I've been learning from someone else, or that I've learned from seeing from others, is looking at the network tab. Really? That's crazy. I'll have to take a look. Oh, yeah. I think I should probably go ahead and change it, Munglo. So, oh my goodness, and you're still up? Yeah, it must be Monday morning for you. Appreciate you being here at midnight. Yeah, my time it is 2:30 p.m. So yeah, small world. I was learning about React. See films. I was learning about React, and I found out that a guy at person. I want to say a person. I think they go by the name of Jordan, because I was learning about Scrimba, or I was learning about React from Scrimba, and React Scrimba had the name of the person who created React at Meta. I It seems like that person is still working at Meta when I did my when I tried to search them up on LinkedIn. So that's kind of cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah. So okay. So another fourth thing that I want to go ahead and show you on here is the network tab where you can inspect API calls. As you can see, okay, 200. You know that went ahead and was able to refresh it, and so 200 status means that it was good to go. 500 means that, ooh, I don't have these memorized, but maybe I should. But 400 means that, yeah, it's for like forbidden access or not able to get in. 500. Oh, I see. Oh no, not at all, Munglo. I'll have to stop by sometimes again because, yeah, I think you were making your game, and that's a little bit more fun. Seems more fun. So, 500 code internal server error indicates a generic server error. Okay, yeah, because 500, 400, sorry, bad request. I see, yeah, because 200 usually means everything's good, it's green. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is really prettier said than what I was stating before with MDN. So you have these HTTP response status codes, so 100s to the 199 informational, 2 successfuls, 3 is redirection, 4 is client error, 5 is a server error. Okay. Starting to make sense? So it definitely makes sense. So yeah. Did you guys know that React sunset from Unity to Godot and spent 3 days just fighting? Oh no! But you're learning a lot. It seems like it. So that's so funny to see films. I think I've been missing out on all that fun. The totally smart and the just smart with the JavaScript. I finally understand. That clicks in. I finally understand what you mean by the JS now. Just smart. I get it now. Happy to hear, Munglo. I hope you go ahead and talk about it, document it. So, of all the trials and errors that you've learned. So, yeah, happy to read all about it and get to know more. So, I'm excited for that. For you, of course, too. So, did you guys know that React sunset the fact that you can't just do React anymore? They recommend you to go ahead and add a framework with it. So it'd be Next or Remix. So yeah. Oh, they have a 10 stack. That's pretty awesome. See, Films, have you ever used Tailwind CSS? Would you? Cause yeah, I feel like cause I've started using. Well, I've used a lot of Tailwind CSS before, and I feel like it's almost it's similar to writing CSS as well, vanilla CSS. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is a little bit of doing debugging with Chrome DevTools. So you have your components right here that you can. I believe you have to download this though. React this component right here, so that this add in. Oh no. Okay, sorry, it's loading. But yeah, so you can definitely check it out here with the components. I once upon a time had Redux added. And I know that is really good for Redux itself. And then Zoosti is good for Zoostan. And I will definitely get more into this as well. Alright. But yeah, definitely use your console. Definitely use your network as well just to see what the status of those API calls. Yes, I think you would really like Tailwind CSS too if you really like CSS as well. So yeah, and don't forget to use your sources. So yeah, that's what I would definitely recommend for the Chrome DevTools. Performance, memory. I haven't used performance and memory too much yet, but maybe later on. But feel free to let me know if you have as well and what do you use it for. So, because I probably should definitely start using it as well. Let me know. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, so this is a little bit about how to go ahead and do some debugging in React using some of the Chrome DevTools. Let me know. We'll definitely use it as we keep going along and working on my project that I am working on right now too as well. So yeah, but I wanted to go ahead and also, let's see, what isn't? Let's do the code. Line 75, I believe that's what it is. Oh yes, I've heard great things about it. See, yeah, Sue Films, you use it a lot? Okay, so what we're gonna do, how often do you guys do your leak code? I try to always make sure I do a good amount. At least one a day. Try to do at least one a day. So let's see here. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and start off easy. I'm trying to think, do I want to go ahead and do twosome, or do I want to do a missing number, or do I want to do a linkless cycle? Because I feel like maybe we should do it in order. There are no right ways, and there are no bad ways. Let's go ahead and do a missing number. Okay, so we're going to do this all in Python, because before I used to do this all in JavaScript, but now I'm doing Python algorithms in Python, and I've been loving it. So if you've been looking for a sign to switch over to Python to do algorithms, this is your sign. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So give an array nums containing n distinct numbers in 0 through n. Return the only number in the range that is missing from the array. So our input nums is 3, 0, 1, so we're missing a 2. Since there are 3 numbers, so all numbers are in the range from 0 to 3. 2 is the missing number in the range. So we're going to receive a list of integers. It is. I always think about the snake in Harry Potter. Not Slytherin, the snake that they had to kill. I'm not a true Harry Potter fan, as you can tell, because I don't remember the name. But yeah, I always think of that. Okay, so I want to check to see if there is any negative numbers. So reading the constraint, n will always equal nums.length. 1 less than n less than equal. And the values will always be 0 less than or equal to. So that means that you're only positive numbers, and all numbers are unique. All numbers are unique. So what are we gonna do? We need to return the integer that's missing. Return the integer that's missing. I just want to go ahead and read the other examples because I want to make sure. So if they say, for instance, we have an examples of 5, 4, 3. Well, let's see, like 5, 3, 4. Because as you can see, none of these examples are sorted. So if none of these examples are sorted, in my head I'm thinking, let's go ahead and sort them. 3, 4, 5. And then so we know for sure. So based off of this example, we know that what's missing is a 2. Wait, the 2 makes sense why it's missing, because 0, 1, and then you see that this length is equal to 2. Since there are 2 numbers, so all numbers are in the range of 0 to 2. 2 is the missing number in the range since it does not appear in nums. 0, 1, 0, 1, and then there's total length of 2. From 0 to 2, 0 to 2, 0 to 2. But in JavaScript, yep, I agree with that, C-Films. Yeah, one thing I've come to notice is that, yeah, Python functions have that def, which means for to find this function. And then in JavaScript, it has that specific keyword function. Unless you're doing like an arrow function or a higher class function. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, let's see. So we had 0 to 2. 0 to 2, so 2 is the missing number. But here, our length right here, length is equal to, so 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 0. N equals 2. This one, n equals 3. N equals 3. I'm just trying to understand because I want to make sure in my mind, so all numbers are in there. Because in my mind, I'm trying to understand 3, 4, 5, nothing's missing. But that nothing's missing because as you can see, 3, 4, 5 is here, but 3, 4, 5. If we're going to say 3, 4, 5, I'm anticipating that the number, I'm thinking the output should be 6 that's missing. I'm thinking it should be 6 that's missing, but then based off of our situation here, n equals 3, which the length right here, n equals 3. So all of the numbers are between 0 and 3, which is not the case here because we start at 3, 4, 5. So since it does not appear in nums, 2 is the missing number. I almost want to say in this situation that it doesn't make sense to add in 6. Let's go ahead. I want to add a case of 5, 4, 3, and 4 as well. And I would like to go ahead and see what that output should be. Nums was contained from 0 to 3 only. Oh, it doesn't like. Oh, okay. So that wouldn't even be a good case example. Okay, I totally understand because you need the link to be n to n or 0 to n, 0 to n. So 3, 4, 5 wouldn't exist. So so return the only number that's missing. So that wouldn't be a good case. So if we're doing if we do from 0 to n, I need to have it from 0 starts from 0 to 3. We can do another one. So 0, 1, 2. This is invalid because it is not 0 through n. So another case situation. Another example would be, okay, so it starts from 0, 0, 3, 2. Here, I anticipate 0, 3, 2. I anticipate to see 0, 3, 2. I anticipate to see 0, 3, 2 and length is equal to 3. I should anticipate to still see that 1. Return 1 for this. Because we start at 0 and we go 0, 3, 2, and 0's up to n. N should be 3. So, but it should still allow me to do. Because it shouldn't break. The test case shouldn't break. Oh, okay. So expected an indentation. Open test case. After the line block 80. Okay, so expecting an indentation. Maybe I'll do like a print nums. So at least we can see it running. Perfect. Okay, so 0, 3, 2. Yep, expected 1. Okay, so let's think about it. What is a good missing number? A good missing number. Okay, so things are going in my head. Brute force idea. We're gonna check. Okay, we're gonna iterate. Brute force idea in my mind right now. Let's sort the array, and then we're gonna sort the array. We're gonna sort it, and then we're gonna check the number starting at index 1, and we're gonna check the number before to see if it is -1. We're gonna keep doing that until the end of the array. Keep going until check before to see if it is a -1, or to see if it is nums -1. Sorry, just to make sure. That is crazy. I feel so old. Python was created 33 years ago. That is crazy. It just feels like it was yesterday. Thank you for that fun fact, C Films. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Did you know that Python is like the top #1 language used right now? I believe it was JavaScript for a split second, but I think it's back to Python. So I could be wrong, but that's what I remember seeing. So yeah, so we're gonna check the number before to see if it is now -1. And then if it isn't, then we can return the specific num. Because, let me go ahead. Yeah. So let's go ahead and sort the array. Nums.sort. We're going to do nums.sort. I know that nums.sort is not a good thing to go ahead and use in Python, because if you do nums.sort, it doesn't really return, using the .sort function does not return anything. So, but I think it should be nums.sort does not return anything. So, A fun fact! Thank you for letting me know about that. See films about JavaScript? What a fun fact. How about PHP? When was that released? Okay, we're doing nums out of sort. So we're going to say, hey, you know what? For I in range, we're going to start at 1. Let's go all the way until nums.length minus 1. We're going to go all the way to the end of it. We're going to say that if nums of I is equal to, does not equal nums of I minus 1 to the previous number, if the current value right now at I does not equal nums of I minus 1, if it does not equal, if the nums of I right now minus 1, I'm going to say minus 1 here, does not equal the current previous number, then we're going to return nums of I minus 1. So essentially what I'm saying here is that based off of this list right here, let's use the first example. So we have 301, and then now here I'm saying, hey, let's go ahead and sort it. So we're going to do 0, 1, 3. Perfect. And then now I'm saying that, hey, we are going to go ahead and start at 1. And we're going to look at 1 and we'll compare it to the prior number. Hey, if we take this one number right here with minus 1, does that equal the previous number? If it doesn't, then we need to return. Because, so say for instance this round, 1 minus 1 is 0, which is true. So we're going to move, I is going to go ahead and move to 3. So this will become 3, and we're going to say, hey, does 3 minus 1 equals 2? Does this equal this? If this does not equal 1, then we need to return the 2. So this should be the case. Oh wait, for I, it doesn't return. Return. Okay, the reason why 1995, I see PHP and JavaScript kind of came out in the same year. That's kind of interesting. Fun fact. Let's see. Okay, so we have a null. We have it expected. Oh, okay. So nums of I minus 1. Let me just see. I want to see if they were sorted first. Okay, yes. So it seems so I for sure all of these arrays lists got sorted. So for sure they all got sorted, which is perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Yeah, with Python you don't, because I know that in JavaScript world you need a var, const, let. Definitely not a var, but a const or a let. But with the Python world, you don't need to have any const or let to declare a variable. So yeah, it's very interesting that it works like that. So, okay, so we sorted it, perfect, everything looks correct. And you know, say for instance, okay, so we have 0, 1, 3, perfect. And now I'm saying, hey, we're gonna start here. But I want it to be inclusive of the last number. Okay. Because if you do length and nums minus 1 for this second part of the function, that's saying, hey, let's exclude that part. We're not going to go there. But we wanted to go all the way, including that last number. So hence why I had to take out that minus 1. And then this one. Okay, so if nums of, then would this be in return nums I plus 1? Okay, so this is essentially saying that, okay, because for this situation, what happened is that 1 minus 0, which is true, which is true, then now it's like, okay, well, there's no other numbers to compare it to. There's nothing else after it. So, ooh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, no, because it shouldn't be +1 here for this situation, because it shouldn't be +1 because all of it was sorted. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. That makes me think that, okay, so that else shouldn't fall into here. So this is saying that after you look at each individual numbers in the loop, and if you didn't find anything, then we'll go to the previous number. Else, what we'll do is we'll add the number after finishing our entire loop. By doing this, time-wise, that is so interesting, see films. Okay, so if you have to do that money sign. Sorry, I don't know what else to call it, but money sign. But you have to go ahead and do a money sign to declare a variable. That is interesting because does that mean that it's a constant variable? Is that like a variable that you can't change? Is that what it stands for? That's interesting. So the time here, worst case scenario, when we talk about time situation, when we talk about time complexity here for the worst case scenario, it'll definitely be O of n log n due to sorting all the nums list. But in the best case scenario, if the nums is already all sorted, it'll definitely be O of n because we still have to iterate through each individual. Yeah, the dollar sign. Yeah, so yeah, with the dollar sign, so that means that it's a constant, or can you change the assignment of it? That's kind of interesting. Space wise, it'll definitely be O of 1 because we are not storing any additional space anywhere, and we are not storing any additional space anywhere, and we are not creating any additional space nor returning additional space because all we're returning is just a value. So, but what we can definitely do better than this is what we can do better to sorry, I didn't want to mean to write space. Optimize on time is, my mind is thinking right now of using a set. Use a set. And what a set, I was going to say, does Python have a set? Yes, Python has a set. Sorry. So variable. Ah, I see. Okay, so all variables are in PHP are mutable. Okay. How about, although all variables in PHP are mutable, how about data types themselves? Because I know that with Python, data types like strings are immutable. So you would definitely need to still have to declare a new variable for it. Yeah, I'd love to know more about PHP in that situation. So, yeah. Okay, so optimize, so we're going to go ahead and use a set. So we're going to go ahead and create a new set. We're going to iterate through the nums list. We're going to say, hey, does set have this? Does set have the previous number? I'm going to say that instead. I'm just thinking in my head. Okay, so I'm going to ask, check if set has previous number. If it does, then return the set minus the num minus 1. Else, what we're going to do is add it to the set. Because that means the set doesn't have that number right now, so set needs that new number. And I'm just trying to think. Set needs a number. Does the set need a number to start out with, or do I need an empty set? We're gonna do an empty set right now. And we're gonna do an empty set right now because I feel like it's cheating if I add in the first number from the nums list, because I was thinking could go ahead and sort the nums list again, but essentially using the set is to get rid of using the nums list is to get rid of the sorting so that we don't have that O of n log n time complexity. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. No way, I did not know that. Okay, that's interesting to know with PHP. PHP must be really strict about semicolons. And it probably has a specific error triggering that you need that semicolon, huh? That's what I would assume, because I know that with Python, indentation is a big situation, so that Python is a big situation. So it definitely gives you an error if saying, hey, you didn't indent, come back and indent. So Python does that. So yeah, okay. Sorry, all of a sudden taking off the charger. Yeah, brightness got a little lower. Okay, so what we're gonna do is say, so we're gonna go ahead and create this new set. So we're gonna say num set equals new set. Then for I in range of nums, we're going to say for I in range of, length of nums. So we're going to go ahead and go through the entire list of nums. We're going to go ahead and say that if num set has, if not, num set has num minus 1, the prior number. If it doesn't have the prior number, we're saying that if the num set does not have the prior number, we're going to go ahead and return num minus 1. Nums of I minus 1. Nums, to grab the actual value, we'll do like this, nums of I minus 1. Else, we're going to say num set dot add nums of I. And then here, we're going to return that nums of I plus 1 for that second case scenario. Is that not how you initialize a set in Python? I thought that's how you initialize. How to initialize a set in Python. I thought it was new set. Set. Oh, okay, so it's just a set. It's not a new set. I must be used to, yeah, that's me and my JavaScript world talking right there with that new set. Oh, I forgot to go ahead and comment out the previous one. So let's go ahead and comment this out. Set has no attribute has. Really? How to initialize a set? Set cannot set. Really? How to go ahead and add then? Set.add. We're gonna add, but we're gonna check set.remove in Python. Method, let's say, method to check if Python, if set has a number in Python. Oh, what is resource? I think that's new to me. I don't think I've ever heard of the resource data type before. That is, yeah. 3 in my set. Okay, so in to check if it's a specific number. Interesting, it doesn't have a has like that. But I know that the short range you get better performance with set.intersection. No. Oh, okay, so you really, okay, so it doesn't have a has. The way to do it is if this exists in this set, okay. So for I, if nums of I minus 1 in if not of nums of I minus 1 in num set, then return. So what I'm saying there is saying that if the previous number does not exist in num set, then go ahead and return me that value. Else, we're gonna head and add it in. Okay, so, okay, we're almost there with this situation. Okay, so this one is saying, which is true because this is saying that we're gonna set our set. We're gonna start, so set right now is empty. So set right now, it's empty. And now we're gonna go ahead and start with the first number, which is 0, in our case 2 example right here. And we're saying that if the previous number, -1, does not exist in num set, then we'll return -1 because 0 minus 1 equals -1. And if that doesn't exist, we need to go in there. But I need to go ahead and handle this edge case. If not, nums of 1 minus 1. Okay, so if not, nums I minus 1 in num set, and because I feel like I need to caution it because we know the boundaries of it is from 0 through n. Oh, I see films. Are you familiar with tuples? Tuples? Tuples. Are you familiar with that? Because that's what resources in PHP sounds like to me. Like tuples, they're I guess because tuples are basically to store immutable items. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. If the not nums I minus 1 is not in num set, then we're going to say return to me the previous number. We're going to say, the way I think about handling this edge case is saying that if not num set, if it doesn't exist, the previous number doesn't exist, and nums of I does not equal 0, then we're going to return the previous number. Else, we're going to add it in. I get why this one didn't work, because we do 0, 3, we're not sorting, we're not doing anything, we're just returning everything in the specific situation that it is in. So this is saying that we're doing 0, and then we're gonna go 3. Had the 2 been first, this situation would have been taken care of, but 3 came before 2. Oh, yeah, okay, so you actually have to use a function too. So PHP seems like it has a lot of similarities with JavaScript like that, calling the actual keyword function. So 0, 3, 2, output is 2, 1. Output is equal to 2, 1. Definitely JavaScript, yeah? C films, what do you think? Okay, so 0, 3, 2, 3 minus 1, so 2 doesn't exist. 2 doesn't exist. I feel that's me congratulating myself for figuring that out. For this situation though, for my case for example, because what it should be is a 1. Shouldn't I stop here at the 2? But that makes sense because 3 minus 1 equals 2, and it's saying, hey, I'm looking for a 2. I can't find a 2 in my set right now. So based off of this example, based off of this example, this definitely makes me think that I should have created my set around my nums list. And what I mean by that is, let me just go ahead and make a copy right here. Whoops, not that one. Here, we're gonna copy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and format it. Did it format? No, it didn't really format. Format the code. Okay, so it didn't, but it's okay. Because we'll do this. We'll do one more. And then we'll do Control Tab. Oops. It's not Control Tab. But what I want to do for ein range. Okay. What we're going to do is actually set nums into the num set. And what we're going to do now is saying that we're going to go ahead. We're going to say for I in range of length of nums, so we're iterating through all the a range of nums. We're going to say that if range, we're going to say that if nums, if not nums of I minus 1 in num set, then we're going to say that you're going to return nums of I minus 1, else what we're going to do, so essentially what this is saying that, okay, we're going to capture all of our unique numbers that we're going to get. So this one should be 032. And now we're going to go ahead and iterate through. So we're going to say, hey, if you don't have the previous number of 0 minus 1 and nums of I does not equal 0, then we're going to return the previous number. For I, an unexpected indent should be indented. For I in range, okay, so then bring that back a little bit, bring that back. Indentation. No, that's interesting. I did not know that. Hypertext preprocessor. And what does the hypertext preprocessor stand for? I've never, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, by creating this set though, the set will make the time O of n before n, for each num, n stands for each num in nums, and the space y will still be O of 1 constant because we're returning only a number back. So this is what I would definitely recommend, and I am curious how this will do. No, 1-0. Yeah, I know C Films. I heard that the other day, and I thought that was such an interesting thing about the Monty Python. Who would have thought that would help, help tell you to go ahead and name a programming language after it? That's kind of interesting. I'll probably have to watch the show because I wonder if there's any clues as to why Python was named after Monty Python. I wonder if there's like certain actions or what it is. I'll have to take a look. Let's see. Okay, so this one didn't work out. 1-0. 1-0. This doesn't support visualization. Okay, because let's walk through this example because I'm kind of curious. Okay, so this one would say, so set would have captured 1-0. And now we're going to go ahead and iterate through it. If not nums 1 the previous number doesn't exist. So we're walking through 1 right now. Previous number does not exist and nums of I doesn't exist. Then we're gonna say return if I minus 1 is 0, if 0 is not in the set and nums of I does not equal 0, then we're gonna return the nums 1. This one should have been, if not, so then we would have gone through 0. Oh, why is that? What does McFly stand for? So for I in range, then we should have gone the second round, and we would have gotten to 0. So the second round is going to say that, hey, if the nums, so, because I thought this second conditional would have captured that 0. And if it does not equal 0, we're going to return nums of I minus 1. I minus 1. I minus 1, if the set does not have the previous number and the nums of I does not equal 0, this one should have worked. I thought it would have worked. Cause I hope it's okay. Cause I thought it would have worked. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. Oh, I see. Learns from the past and looks to the future. I like that. Looking forward to it. See films. Using vectors. That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Using vectors. Well, that's interesting of this vector idea. I think, vector idea. Oh, that's interesting. You can sum all of these elements, sum all of the elements from 0 to n. If you subtract both, we'll get the missing number. 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Sum is equal to 4, so number, oh, I see. No, that's interesting. That is interesting. Because, yeah, I went straight into sorting. Is that what they did here? Does not equal 0, return 0. If the nums of I does not equal I. That is interesting. For I in range, length through n, we're going to say, These solutions, they're always so fun and interesting to go ahead and look through because people come up with such different concepts and different techniques to go ahead and solve them. Yeah. You know what I definitely could do though with this situation, because we know that it'll always be 0 through n, and we know that 0, for 0, we're never going to need -1. So why can't I just go ahead and start at 0? Or sorry, why can't I just go ahead and start at 1 then? So what I'm going to do is, while for I in range of nums 1, we can just say I see. Okay, so right now we're going to say numset is equal to capture all of the elements in the nums. And then we're going to say that missing num is equal to 1. While missing num, while the missing number is in numset, we're gonna say missing num plus equal 1. So saying, hey, let's keep checking the next number to see if it's in there. If it's not in there, it should break out. It should break out of that set. It should break out of that set and then return that missing number. Or sorry, break out of the loop. Not break out that set, but break out that loop. Okay. This one should have started at 1, and the missing number should have started at 1. And while missing number is in num set, which 1 is in num set, then missing num plus equals 1. That should return a 2. That should return a 2. Missing num. Num set is equal to set of nums in num set. Return the missing nums. Let's see. Sorry, I got a lot of new things he films. He gave me a lot of good facts about PHP, preprocessor, the dates that they all came out. So it's been fun. That has been fun. So thank you for like a great fun fact day. So appreciate that. Yeah, and so num set becomes 1. Function should return 2. Expected output to be 2. Okay, so this one should be 1. So you can say, hey, you are 1. Missing num, we're going to say you are 1 as well. Set of nums. While missing num is in num set. Plus equal 1. Yeah, it should be okay to say plus equal 1. They're going to return. You should be able to work. Let me see. Let me do some Googling. One, it should return 2, but then, because I understand, I thought it was going to be 0, because it should always be from 0 through it, though. Equals set of nums, so we say equals 1. So while you do exist, my own missing num is in. We're gonna say, hey, keep going, return the missing num. Did I write it wrong? Let me see, because sometimes it could be me missing num. Okay, so they all do exist, and I'm saying that num set. So I want to see, did I write it wrong? Num set equals set of nums, capture all of the unique values. Then I'm going to say, hey, you're going to start at 1. Start at 1 while 1 still exists in the num set. Return the missing num. That's interesting. Very, very 1. Oh, okay, so my output is equal to 0. Okay, sorry, my head. Okay, so this is an edge case to go ahead and think about. Oh, I see. You know, I've never used Perl before, so I'm not too familiar with that C films. So it should be 0 then, because we're gonna start from 0. Winner! Winner! Oh, okay, because you should start at 0. I get it. I get it. So we're gonna go ahead and update our thing right here. Oh, yes. But that does make sense because we're gonna go ahead and capture all the unique elements here. And then we're gonna say, hey, let's go ahead and start from 0 because in this situation, the example is from 0 through n. And we're gonna say, while 0 still exists in our set, we're gonna go ahead and increment by 1. Else, if you don't exist anymore, if the +1 doesn't exist in the num set, we'll exit that while loop and we should just return that missing number. Got it, got it, got it. But it's still a faster runtime than the previous one. Do I? Yep. Okay, so based on what we said here, let me just go quickly type it out just to make sure I practiced at active recall. So we said that we're gonna go ahead and create a set of the nums for the nums list, and we'll capture all unique elements. Oops, sorry. No semicolons here in Python. And then we're gonna go ahead and say that the missing num, we're gonna set it to 0. And while the missing num still exists in the num set, we're gonna say missing num plus equal 1. So there's gonna keep incrementing. If you do not have that next number in the num set, it should break out of the while loop and should be returned here. But it's so interesting to see how other people did it. So res equal, okay, so in a way, they're space-wise, time-wise. Sorry, did I say it was time? Time is O of n for sure. Yep, and the space would be O of n because we're creating that set. So we're creating a set in the space to hold those nums. But in a way, it could be faster without. So we're saying that keep iterating through the rest of the length of the array. For I, and then we're gonna check to see if I minus nums of I, the rest, is initialized to the length of the array. Oh, so you're gonna count it to the length. So because we have it at 0, so you're saying that, say for instance 0, 1, and we're gonna say that n I is here, and we're gonna say that check the length 2, the length 2 for I in range, the length gets added plus equal I of minus 1. The value, the index right here is 0, minus 0. Right? For each iteration, res is updated by adding the difference between the current index. So res, as we iterate through for each index, we subtract that number at the index. Oh, I see. Similar to this approach right here of adding all the sum of all the elements. I see. I hope you learned a lot along with me as well. We'll definitely do more Blind 75. I love Blind 75. As gonna say? I am a big fan of Blind 75. I've learned a lot through doing my own Blind 75, and I hope you will too as well. So today was fun. So we'll definitely do some more coding as we continue. So thank you for hanging out with me today. We'll definitely do more this week. So hope to see you guys all soon. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great one, C Films. Thank you for hanging out and being here. So oops. That broke it. Oh no. Yes, sir. Okay.